What's up, guys? This is Ward Up, and welcome to the first episode of Opinion On. So, I was thinking about what to do for my first episode, and then I saw this news article about Kobe Bryant in this basketball news site, and it was about him playing his last game in Philadelphia, his hometown. And I figured, why not do an episode of Kobe Bryant? Because I have a little story to share, and I figured it'd be interesting. So let's go to the very back of 2007, around that time, and that was the first time I ever found out about Kobe Bryant. See, when I was young, I was into basketball. I would always play basketball outside in my yard, and basically I found him out through NBA Live '06, I believe it was. And back then I really didn't know any English because English is not my mother language. And so basically, I would just start the game and press X on the PlayStation 2, and it would take me to Play Now section of the game. And there would be Boston Celtics versus Los Angeles Lakers, and the controller would be on Lakers. So I just would always pick them because I didn't know what the hell was happening. So I used to pick Lakers, play with them, and there was always this one guy who would shoot amazingly, and I would score lots of points with him. One time I even scored 80 something points with him, and I found out later that it's Kobe Bryant. And funny enough, he did score 82 points against Toronto Raptors sometime in his career, I believe 2006 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. So I became a really big fan of his, and me and my best friend would always argue, because his favorite player was LeBron James and mine was Kobe Bryant. So we would always, have these argues about who's the best basketball player back then. So I was a kind of big fan of his. I would watch his videos. I learned more and more about him, about his achievements and all that stuff. So skip forward about 5 6 years. I'm not sure at this point how many years, and I started really getting deeper into the NBA scene, watching NBA TV on my television, watching a lot of YouTube videos, reading articles and stuff like that. And he more or less became not my favorite player anymore. I liked LeBron James, I liked Allen Iverson, even though he wasn't playing, of course, but I started really loving his play. I would watch his tapes and all of that. And I think it was around the Howard saga when Howard went to Lakers. And when I started watching him on the television, and I saw that he would rarely pass the ball. I'm not sure if this was after Howard was in Lakers or before. I'm not really sure, but he would never pass the ball. It seemed like he would never pass the ball. He would just hold the ball. He would be a hogger and just shoot stupid shots, really, as much as I've seen. And I saw these interviews, and back then I just thought of him as an arrogant old prick. He was feeling maybe not to his standards, to his level. My opinion was that he's just an arrogant, annoying ball hogger. So I really started disliking him and hating on him. And my best friend would be like, see what happens to Kobe Bryant. Look at LeBron James. He won a ring or something back then, I believe. I'm not really sure. But overall, he now had a rough patch. Lakers had a rough patch. Kobe Bryant out with a lot of injuries for the season. Now he just announced like a few weeks ago that he will be retiring after this season, and his game is not really doing so good now. He's missing a lot of shots, 7 out of 20 against 76ers today. The day of this recording, December 2nd, so maybe it was December 1st that the game was played on. And, he had it rough at the end of his career, but overall, my opinion on this basketball player and this legend, that he is a legend and he's definitely one of the best that played the game out there back when Black Mamba was the thing with the afro and Shaquille O'Neal. Then after that, 5 rings, man, 5 rings, whole career in Lakers, not counting that he was drafted to Hornets, but played whole career in Los Angeles Lakers. 5 rings. I mean, this guy, he's a legend. We have to forget what happened at the end of his career. It's sad actually that this happened at the end of his career. Of course, we would want him to win another ring maybe, or at least play in the playoffs or not be out of an injury, but that's life. There's nothing much you can do about that. But my final opinion on this guy, he's a legend. He has to be respected. We have to move on from the fact that he's not playing his best. He's old. He's getting old for basketball age. Of course he's not old as a human, as a person, but as a basketball player, he got old and injuries took him, and there's nothing much we can do about that now. But overall, he's a great player. I respect him. I love his game. And that's my opinion on Kobe Bryant. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast video. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. It's been Ward Up. Peace.